name is Scott Aromatico, and I'm so glad that you chose to click on this video. Today we're talking about 7 of my favorite cologne fragrances in my collection. And why do I love colognes? Well, for a lot of reasons, because you can just grab and go, you can spray them and not worry about the price. There are a lot of times they're getting to where they're so spot on. A lot of these companies are desperate for your business, so they're using a higher oil concentration in their perfumes, and a lot of times you're paying a lower price for a fragrance that you love that DNA and you love the way it smells, so you get it for a lower price and you get to smell exactly like that expensive fragrance. So I'm going to show you 7 of my favorite. I've got more than that, and maybe I'll do a couple honorable mentions, but 7 of my favorite in my collection. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, the first one to talk about is from a company called Dupes. They are all over the place. It's a company that's exploding and has a lot of hype. And today I am talking about this one right here. It's kind of hard to see, but here, I'll show you the side. This one is called Collateral Damage, all right? You can see the color of the juice. And this fragrance right here smells absolutely fantastic. And it is a clone or an inspiration of Initio Side Effect. I'll put the bottle right here on the screen. Now, some time ago, I bought a 10 ml of Initio Side Effect, and I'm telling you, I blew right through it. It smells so amazing. That DNA smells absolutely spectacular. It is a perfect cozy fall winter scent, and this bad boy right here does not disappoint. Let's go ahead and spray it real quick. Oh yeah, man, this one smells absolutely fantastic. Now, what you get with this one right here, and I know, again, I'm sorry, it's not exactly the greatest picture, not showing up on camera, but what you get with this fragrance right here, Collateral Damage, is you're still getting that amazing tobacco DNA that you love in your fragrance. You're still getting that vanilla note, cinnamon, and rum. It's absolutely boozy. It's absolutely amazing. One of my favorite clones I have in my collection. And guys, a 30 ml for $55, can't beat that. Whereas Initio Side Effect, 230 bucks. Wow. Now, I personally would pay that price because I'm crazy and I'm a collector and I love fragrances, but some of you have got to make your money stretch, right? You've got to find ways to stretch your pennies because we're living in a tough economy, times are tough, and you know what? Even if you're made of money and rich, who doesn't like to make their money go further? So clones are the perfect way to do that, and this one right here by Dupes, Collateral Damage, is absolutely spectacular. I'm telling you, the performance is really, really great on my skin. I get about 8 hours on my skin. It's got a huge scent bubble. It's one of my favorites in my collection. This is called Dupes Collateral Damage for $55 for this 30 ml. Smells almost identical to Side Effect. The next company that I want to talk to you about, or maybe you guys don't know or do know, but this is one of my favorite companies. It's called Sensual Obsessions, run by my good friend Kevin Holt down in South Florida. Absolutely an amazing guy. Good friend of mine, good friend of the channel. And I started off with this one. This is kind of an honorable mention, but this is what got me started with this company. This one right here is called Andy Warhol, one of my favorite artists because I am an art buff. I love this fragrance. This is a clone or an inspiration of Andy Warhol by Bond No. 9. And if you love the note of plum and you love oud, you're gonna love this fragrance. So this one took me down the rabbit hole. But he's got another fragrance out, and one of the things I love about these indie niche houses, as I said before, a lot of times they are competing for your business, so they're always trying to up their game, up their performance, and Sensual Obsessions is no different. This used to be the presentation, and now they've gone to this, which I think is really, really cool, a nice touch. But today we are talking about Plum Explosion. Guys, this one is so good. Now, I've got to be honest with you, a long time ago, I'd say a couple years ago, I actually smelled this in a store. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of those expensive stores in Atlanta. For the life of me, I can't remember. It might have been a Saks Fifth Avenue, but I got to smell what this is an inspiration of, which is Plum Japonaise by Tom Ford. Man, that, from what I can remember, was a spectacular fragrance. It was very sweet. It was a little bit spicy, had some nice cinnamon in it, and I just knew that I was a big fan of that. But let's go ahead and spray this. Oh, man, the spiciness and the cinnamon hit you right away on this one. It is just so good. It's boozy, it's got a ton of plum, it's warm, it's sweet, it's cozy, it's slightly woody. Oh, this smells so good. And if you want a fragrance like this, you know, this 30 ml for this Plum Japanese Inspiration, or otherwise known as Plum Explosion, for a 30 ml, you're looking at a little under 40 bucks, like $38. This is so good. And like I said, they're always trying to earn your business. So you are gonna get a whole lot of sillage, a whole lot of performance, a whole lot of projection with this fragrance. And if you're looking for some amazing inspirations, please definitely check out Sensual Obsessions. So for that reason, I had to put Sensual Obsessions on the list, Andy Warhol, and this Plum Japanese Inspiration called Plum Explosion. Guys, you gotta try it. It smells so amazing. All right, guys, next on the list is another friend of the channel, another good friend of mine, and an absolutely amazing company. I hope I'm showing you some new companies if you're new to the channel that you've never thought about. This one is called Blue Sapphire by Sammy Anders. This one is absolutely amazing. I love fragrances that are uplifting and vibrant. This happens to be a fragrance that gets pulled out a lot around the summertime, but honestly, you can wear this all year round for any occasion. It is office safe. It is just, you know, a mass appealing fragrance and just smells so good. And this right here is a clone of none other than Raja Dove Elysium. If you love this fragrance, you're gonna love Sammy Anders Blue Sapphire. Now, this bad boy right here is gonna run you somewhere around $225. And that is a lot of money. But if you're looking for a 30 ml like this that smells pretty much dead on, okay? Maybe a few differences, but man, this is pretty close. This fragrance is gonna run you right around $30, and it just smells so good, y'all. You've got to try this one. Oh man, every time I smell it, I'm just so surprised at how good this fragrance actually is. You got a lot of grapefruit, lemon, and bergamot off the top. Got that clean vetiver, some juniper and blackcurrant. Just smells absolutely spectacular. In the dry down, you've got some vanilla, ambergris, and some leather undertones that give this a masculine feel. This one is so good, and this one actually outperforms my Elysium by Raja Dove. So you have a $30 fragrance outperforming a $225 and on up actually fragrance. So this one, the performance is spectacular. Have any of you guys tried anything from Sammy? If not, definitely take a look. And if you have, leave a comment down below and tell me what you think of some of these fragrances by Sammy. Or any of these that I've mentioned so far, Sensual Obsession or Dua. What are some of your favorites from any of those houses? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. All right, let's keep it rolling. The next one is a house from Sweden. I'm so glad I got to discover them. It's called Niche for All. And you can tell from the label right there, this one is called Tobacco Vanille. Now, I am so glad, like I said, I discovered this fragrance. This one is so smooth, and to be honest with you, I like it a little bit better than Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This is so smooth and smells so sweet and so gorgeous, and it's so warm and cozy. And Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, which I have a bottle, but I didn't bring it out. Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille is just so expensive. I think it's around 240 bucks. So if you get a fragrance like this, right now at Niche for All, they're doing a deal. They're doing a deal where if you buy 2 fragrances, you get the third one free. And so they're kind of doing this deal where you pay 60 bucks. 60 bucks gets you 2 fragrances, and then the third one is ship free. And they want to make it worth their while to ship these fragrances to you. So that's why they have this deal where it's 60 bucks for 3 fragrances. So that's the price of 2 fragrances, and you get the third one free. But guys, this one right here, wow, so good. It's everything you would think. It's got that cinnamon, it's spicy, it's got that tobacco leaf, you know, warm, woody, vanilla, a little bit fruity, a little bit chocolatey. And I'm telling you, this is so good, and the performance is good. And I just think this one is just a little bit more smoother than the original. I know that's a bold statement because that's a great fragrance and it's a staple in everyone's collection. But this one right here, Tobacco Vanille, is so good. You guys have got to try this. I get about 6 to 8 hours on my skin, and the projection is amazing. I love it. All right, guys, here's another fragrance house that might be new to you. This one is from Paris Corner and Aroma Concepts. This one is called Cedrat Essence by Amir. I know that's a mouthful. Paris Corner Aroma Concepts, Cedrat Essence by Amir. Now you can probably already guess what this is an inspiration of. If you guessed Mancera's Cedrat Boisé, then you would be correct. Guys, this is pretty identical I mean, I would probably give it 80%, okay? This is one of my favorite fragrances. I wear this all the time. It's an all year round fragrance. It's very versatile. It's sweet. It gets me so many compliments. It performs. It's a head turner, and you will not be disappointed because this one is the same. But guys, you know, Cedrat Boisé is around $95 on discounters. You can find this bad boy, a 75 ml, for 45 bucks. But how does it smell? So good. And I even think it's a little bit more zestier and a little bit more lemony than the original. It's still got that beautiful sandalwood in there to give it that creamy, citrusy vibe that we all love. It's got those aromatic qualities, has that black currant. It's very fruity, you know, almost smell like a pineapple note coming forward. It's just so good. There's a bit of patchouli in here. You've got the woody aspects. And again, this is very, very masculine from the leather and the woods in this one. Very sweet and musky. It's so good. It's one of my favorite clones in my collection, guys. You definitely have to try out Paris Corner Aroma Concepts. This is so good. And they make so many good ones. I have about 3 or 4 from this company that are absolutely mind-blowing and head turners. And this one will definitely get you to compliments. And it smells so good, and you're gonna feel confident wearing this one, and you're not gonna feel guilty about the sprays, you know, when you know, for 45 bucks, right? So you can just spray and go, run some errands, whatever the case may be, without that guilt. This is one of my favorite companies that I own. They have really stepped up their game with the presentation. I am talking about none other than Barrett Fragrances. This is one of the hardest bottles to photograph because of, you know, the nature of the mirror on the front, but this one is called Divine Intervention. And for a 50 ml, you're gonna spend around 60 bucks, okay? What this is a copy of, or what this is an inspiration of, or a clone of, is Kilian's Angel Share. And we all know that that is an amazing fragrance, and it's another one of those fragrances that I had 10 mls. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I've got to pull the trigger this winter of Angel Share because it smells so amazing. But in the meantime, this one is gonna hold me over because it is, you know, pretty close to being identical. Every time I wear this one, I get good performance. My wife steals this one from me as well. It smells so good. And like I said, Angel Share is around 220 bucks. So for this one right here, a 50 ml will cost you 60. And it just has that nice booziness coming from the cognac. It's got cinnamon, that sweet vanilla-like scent coming from tonka. You've got a little bit of woodiness, some sweet praline and vanilla, creamy sandalwood. This smells absolutely fantastic. It is so spectacular, guys. You've got to try it. And I probably have over 15 bottles from this company because they are so good. They are worth every penny. Definitely give them a try. And I happen to have a link in the description down below. Check it out where you can save a big chunk of change with your purchase when you buy from me. So definitely use my promo code, and it'll be in the link in the description down below. Barrett Fragrances, guys. Divine Intervention. Every single one that I have from them smells so fantastic. All right, so guys, we're gonna do 2 honorable mentions really quick. We're gonna talk about this fragrance right here. This is called Montblanc Explorer. Guys, if you don't know already and you're hiding under a rock, this is an inspiration and darn near close, although the ingredients are so much different, to Creed Aventus. And we all know about this fragrance, right? This gets so much hype and so much love from the fragrance community. But this fragrance right here will cost you a whole lot of money, $300 on up, right? Depends on where you get it. But this baby right here, if you buy it from FragranceNet, you can pick it up for around 43 bucks. Again, the ingredients are different. This one's got some bergamot on the top, pink pepper, some vetiver, some ambroxan, but it smells identical to Creed Aventus. It smells so good. Creed Aventus is known for that birch and that pineapple DNA, that black currant. Guys, although the ingredients are different, you're pretty much gonna get the same thing. And a lot of people prefer this one because it's a little bit more smoother, not as harsh, not as smoky, and just smells absolutely fantastic. So definitely, if you're looking, as an honorable mention, if you're looking for something to take the place of Creed Aventus and not spend 300 bucks, look no further than Montblanc Explorer. All right, last but not least, as an honorable mention, I wanted to talk about this one. This is one of my favorite clones, and dang near close, guys. This is from Royale. This is called Moustache. This is a clone of this bad boy right here. called Tuxedo by YSL. This is a sought after fragrance. It is hard to find. It's $300 on up. Absolutely an amazing fragrance. I'm glad to have it in my collection, but I use it sparingly, but I don't have to worry about that with this one, Moustache EDP, okay? Make sure you don't make the mistake. When I first bought this, I bought the EDT, I know. Make sure you buy the Eau de Parfum by Moustache. This is by Rocus, and it smells spectacular. And again, the ingredients are a little bit different. They're not exactly the same, okay? Little bit different, but it still smells so good. You've got that pink pepper, you've got that orange, you've got that rose DNA, benzoin, vanilla, patchouli. Just smells absolutely amazing. I get about 8 hours on my skin. This one projects so far. It's a head turner. You're gonna get compliments. It's perfect for the fall and winter, so it's one of my favorites. I had to mention it as an honorable mention. All right, guys, there you go. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I'd love for you to be a part of my fragrance family. It doesn't cost you anything. All you've got to do is hit that subscribe button down below, hit the bell notifications off to the side, and just leave me a comment and tell me what are some of your favorite clones that you have in your collection, or what are some of your favorite inspirations if you have been in the fragrance community for a long time and I didn't mention one of your favorites or one of your favorite companies. Please leave a list so all of us can learn from you and grow together. If you're new here, I hope this helped you and gave you some ideas so you can dive further down the rabbit hole. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. This is Scott Aromatico, out.